Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Once again, I'm sorry I've been away for so long. I really miss you guys when I'm not participating in the community. And I wish I could say that it was going to get better, but it probably won't, seeing as I will be starting school in February. But I am going to try to keep giving you new videos that hopefully you will enjoy watching. Today I decided that I would just do a really simple little card. February will be, or should I say Valentine's will be coming up upon us before we know it. So I made a simple little fun card you could do with children. But my goal when making this particular card, and I'm trying to challenge myself to actually just use more of my product and stop being a hoarder. So I have some things on here that if you can't find them anymore, like one of the papers that I used, you can find something similar, I'm sure. So it's not that big of a deal, but this is the little card that I'm going to make with you, and hopefully that video won't be super long. It's a cute little puppy love card. And what I will be using for this card, or what I used for this card, was my silhouette for the dog house and the little puppy here. It was a print then cut image that I have from the Silhouette store. And then the other thing I used was one of my old Stampin' Up! Paper pads. And like I said, this is one of the items you will not be able to purchase anywhere because we no longer sell this. So this was like, you know, a Valentine based paper pad. And so I wanted to use that. You can see it's, you know, it's hardly used at all. And a bone folder. You always need a bone folder when you're doing cards. My favorite paper snips, Stampin' Up! Our wonderful new archival black ink. I love, love, love this stuff. Little heart punch, and this one's Stampin' Up! Some scrap paper. This is, I believe it's Old Olive. And then this one, this piece is real red. So I'm trying to use my scraps as well. And then this is just, you know, a standard A2 card. It is 11.5 by, I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5. And then it's scored at 4.25. And my top layer here, my background paper is cut at 4 by 5.25. And then there's this wonderful paper. Well, it's not paper, it's burlap. I've had this for, I don't know how long I've had this. But again, and you can see, I've hardly used it. I used this beautiful blue piece right here. And I think that is about it. Other than the piece I used today. So, you know, that's a little crazy. We need to use our stuff. So that's going to be today's card. So let's get started. Okay, we're at the craft table. One other item I forgot to mention is the Simple Serif Alphabet stamp set. And it is from Stampin' Up! It's something that we sold a few years ago, but I think it has retired, if I'm correct. And of course my adhesive, ATG gun, and some liquid glue, and paper trimmer, and my tweezers. So let me move some of this out of the way. This is my image that I cut out with the silhouette, and I did the puppy a couple of times, so I will layer them with dimensionals. Just to give them a little dimension. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is fold our card that I've already pre-scored. And then I'm going to get my background paper, and I've decided I'm going to use the same one because out of the stack, that's the one I like the best. This one's kind of cute, but I like that the image here is a larger image in contrast to the tiny images. So I didn't want it to be too busy. You know, put small print with small print generally, but of course in art you can do whatever you want. This one would have worked, but I really do like the heart one better, so I'm going to use that right here. Try not to lose my puppies. I'm going to cut that down to 5 1/4. I feel like I need to zoom out a little bit. Let me see. Just a little. No? Well, I guess I should have raised my stand higher than I did, but you can pretty much see what I'm doing. By 4. Oop. I love this paper trimmer. I like how I can lock it into place and travel with it and store it. Not have the trimming arm, you know, flapping around. Oh my gosh, stuff all over this paper. Okay, and I'm going to take my ATG gun, add a little adhesive to that. Oh, would you look at that? Just because I'm filming. Sorry. You know, it's been working just fine, and just because I'm doing this for you, it's gonna act up. So, oh, it's kind of trying to come off the track too. Haven't had that happen before. So let's get some adhesive going here. There we go. Now it should work just fine. It's that old Murphy's Law, right? When videotaping, it's always like that. I went down the middle. I'm going to center that on the card. That's the plan anyway. Try to do it without putting my head in the camera. That's the tricky part. Up. You wouldn't believe how easily the first card went together. Here, I'm going to have to bring this to me for a moment. Okay, though that's not perfectly centered, but so there's that. And then I'm going to adhere my little dog house here. Like I mentioned earlier, at least I think I did, this would be a fun little card to make with children. You can just print and cut a bunch of these little dog houses and puppies, and you don't have to double layer the puppy. You could just, you know, pop dot that up, just a single puppy, or double layer. I kind of like double layering. I'm not sure why, but I do. I guess it reminds me of stamps that you, or not stamps, stickers, those dimensional stickers that you buy in the craft stores. I am looking for my dimensionals. I tried so hard not to forget to bring anything into these recording area, and it looks like, of course I did. Oh no, here we go. There we are, some dimensionals. So I'm going to take this little puppy. He's so cute. I made him tiny so he would fit in the little doggy doorway right there. So yeah, this year I just really love to just use my materials more and my machines more. That's always the plan, right? That's why we buy all this stuff and then we end up hoarding it or having so many things we don't even know what to do or where to start. Okay, and I'm just going to put one little strip of adhesive there, or I could use the liquid glue. Actually, you know what? I don't want to put him on yet. What I want to do is get my burlap here. I love how they have the burlap in these little individual pouches of their own. I'm just going to take my paper snips. I can find them. I know I had them. Oh my goodness, what did I do with them? I didn't leave this area. You guys saw that, right? I didn't leave, so how did I lose my paper snips? Oh no. Okay, well, here. I have another pair. I'll have to find those later. So I just eyeballed this. There was no real big deal. I just wanted to add a little texture to the card, and I thought it might be fun to use the burlap as a, like grass. I felt like he needed something, somewhere to be anchored. He was kind of floating on the card before that, so. Stick that back in there like that and move it out of the way. Okay, so here's my piece, and I cut it a little long so I can trim that up. And all I did was just kind of pull back on the edge of the burlap. You know, it doesn't matter where or how, it's just kind of random. Figured out about what section of it I wanted to use, which is that, and I can trim that down a bit if it's too long. We don't want to cover the puppy up too much. Okay, so I'm going to kind of trim that there because I think that's the piece I want. And there. And I'm just going to take my, oh, sorry about that. I am going to take my HEG gun and add some adhesive to the back of this. And add this to the card. Right about here. And then my little puppy, if I haven't lost him, should fit right in there. And what I like is that he's not hidden even with the grass sticking up, because I didn't want to hide him. There he is. So cute. Oh my gosh. He's adorable. I think I'm going to trim these off just a little bit. They're a little long. Okay, so for the inside, move this out of the way. What I did to decorate is I got my my little heart punch, which looks like I have misplaced that too. So, let me see, where did I put it? Okay, now that I have my punch, oh my goodness, I need to find the I and the U. I think this is my U. Oops, I can get it out of there without taking all the stamps out. There's that, and then my I. Where are you? Well, here you are. Okay. So all I did, take my archival ink, find a spot on my scrap where I want to stamp my eye. I'll say right about here is good. Take my punch and punch that out. And then I want to punch out a red heart. Let's see, I'm trying to stamp my U. I should have done that already. Right about here. I'm going to center that in the heart and punch that out. And all I need to do is add them to the inside of the card. And that's it. Fun, simple, like I said, be a great thing to do with the kids. This one first. I always like to squeeze out my glue on a piece of scrap or something, just to test it before I get going. So put my heart right there, about my red heart, and I'm just eyeballing this. Try not to put too much glue on your hearts, because they will peek out like that right there. I usually have a piece of paper towel or something near me so I can wipe that up real quick. And no, that's not perfect, but you get the idea. Move that over a little. I love you. There you go. So there's the inside of our card, the outside of my card. The last thing that I want to do is I'm going to stamp my customized little stamp that I made with my Silhouette mint machine. And this little avatar you probably recognize, and because it's my little picture. Is one that my daughter made for me. Represents me and my buckskin Peruvian paso that I had. I just press, and hopefully that came out good. And there you are, handcrafted by LMD Creations. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed this this tutorial. Thanks for watching.